Hello everyone, welcome back to Piece of Physics. In this particular video, we are going to solve few problems on the projectile motion, right? So our first problem is from the HC Warmer, and the problem is typically very good. A popular game in Indian villages is goli, which is played with small glass balls. Generally, it is marbles called goalies. The goalie of one player is situated at a distance of 2 meters from the goalie of the second player. Okay, so consider one marble here, or it is one some kind of spherical object, okay, but made up of glass. The second player has to project his goalie by keeping the thumb of the left hand at the place of his goalie, holding the goalie between his two middle fingers and making the throw. If the projected goalie hits the goalie of the first player, the second player wins. Okay, if the height from the which goalie is being projected is 19.6 centimeter, so this 19.6 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. I am putting the converted values. From the ground, the goal is to be projected horizontally. It means it should be like this. With this, what speed should it be projected so that it directly hits the ground, hits the stationary goalie without falling on the ground earlier, right? So the trajectory should be like this, right? So what will be the time? First, we are going to find that. So this is our y coordinate. So y coordinate is going to be UIT plus half AYT square. Okay, y is going to be half CT square. Okay, what is y coordinate? Y coordinate is basically 19.6 to 10 to the power minus 2 meter equals to half. G is 9.8 meter per second square into t square. Okay, so what we are going to do is this will be 4.9. 19.6 can be cancelled with the 4.9 at 4, and t square will be 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So this will be, time will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 1 second, which is basically 0.2 second. Now the distance is given also. This is 2 meter, and we have to find the speed. We have found the time. Now how we will find the speed? Basically, we know that the 2 meter is going to be range. So we have formula r equals to ux into t. So ux will be range upon time. What is range? Range is basically 2 meter divided by 0.2 second. Then this will be 10 meter per second. So we have to project this object or marble at the speed of 10 meter per second to hit the another marble, right? So that's the answer of this particular question. So our next question is, a ball is projected from a point on the floor with a speed of 15 meter per second at an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. Will it hit a vertical wall 5 meter away from the point of projection and perpendicular to the plane of projection without hitting the floor? Will the answer differ if the wall is 22 meter away, right? So we have wall here, and consider one wall here which is at 5 meter distance, right? Okay. Now we are going to project this object like this. Okay, so as we know that this is 5 meter, so if we find the range, so if we find the range, if it is more than 5 meter, then this ball will hit the wall. If it is not, then this will not hit the wall. Okay, so the range is u square sin 2 theta divided by g. This is going to be 15 square sin 120 divided by g is basically 9.8. Okay, so this is going to be 15 square into sin 120 is basically root 3 by 2 divided by 9.8. If you solve this particular problem, this will be 19.4 meter. So the ball will project at the 19.4 meter. So this image is not to scale basically. So it is more than the 5 meter. So it is obvious that it will hit the wall. Will the answer differ if the wall is 22 meter away? Yes, it will not. It will not hit the wall. Okay, so that's the answer of this particular question. Our next problem is, The range of a projectile fired at an angle of 15 degree is 50 meter. If it is fired with the same speed at an angle of 45 degree, its range will be okay. So initially range is given. So we have formula r equals to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. So range is basically 15 meter. This is u square by g, and sin 2 theta sin 30. This is going to be 50 u square by g. This is 1 by 2. U square by g is basically 100 meter. If it is fired with the same speed at an angle of 45 degree, the range will be, then r dash will be u square sin 90 divided by g. And u square by g is 100 meter. Sin 90 is 1. Okay. So our correct answer will be 100 meter, option D. Now our next problem is, two projectiles A and B are projected with angle of projection 15 degree for the projectile A and 45 degree for the projectile B. R and RB be the horizontal range for the two projectiles. Then we have to find correct answer. But we have the formula RA equals to US square sine 2 theta, it's 215, so it is 30 divided by G. And RB is basically UB square sine 2 into 45 is 90 degree divided by G. This is US square by 2G. This is UB square by G. But we are not given here UA and UB, the initial speed of A and initial speed of B. So you can just predict that the information is insufficient to decide the relation of RA with RB because UA and UB are not given. So that's the answer of this particular question. Thank you so much. Stay connected to the channel for further videos. That's all.